Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to create Plutio Person from new Google Sheets tables row. So I am an owner of a business and I manage the data of my leads in my Google Sheets table that I've created. I want that as soon as I'm going to enter the data of the new lead in my Google Sheets tables row, I want to create that lead as a person in my Plutio account. And if I'm going to do this manually, it is going to take me a lot of time. So what I did was, I simply created an automation using Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So here in this automation, what is going to happen, that as soon as I'm going to enter the data of the lead in my Google Sheets tables row, automatically that lead is going to be created as a person in my Plutio account. And for that, I'm going to be creating an automation between Google Sheets and Plutio with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn about this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, we're going to learn how to create Plutio Person from new Google Sheets tables row. So I am an owner of a digital marketing agency that handles numerous leads and projects simultaneously. I use Google Sheets to track the leads and their details. With the help of this integration, every time a new row is going to be added to my Google Sheets tables of lead details, their details are going to be automatically added as a person in my Plutio account. This ensures that my project management tool is always up to date with the latest client and lead information, enabling me to quickly assign tasks, manage communication, and track project progress all in one place. This automation not only saves time but also reduces the risk of missing out on important lead data, enhancing my overall business efficiency. And we are going to be creating this amazing automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select the folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Create Plutio Person from new Google Sheets tables row. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Next, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see these are the folders that I've created in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click right over here. So these are the folders from which I'm going to select Google Sheets Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to our workflow and selecting the folder, let's click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Plutio Person from new Google Sheets tables row, and there are 2 windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. Trigger and Action are the 2 most important steps for automation process, because the process depends on these 2 concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means that action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We're going to set up our trigger step. For that, click right over here. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. As in my Google Sheets, I have created a table, and in this table I am going to write in the details of the lead of my business, the lead details in this table. Okay, so what I want is that as soon as I'm going to enter the lead details in this spreadsheet that I've created using Google Sheets in this table right over here, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. So that is why for the trigger application I've selected it as Google Sheets, and then for the trigger event I'm going to select as new or updated spreadsheet row, as whenever the new data is going to be entered in this table in our Google Sheets, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to connect Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. Firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, we need to open the spreadsheet that we want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to open my spreadsheet that I've created. So this is the spreadsheet that I've created in the name of lead details, and I want that as soon as I'm going to enter the details in the spreadsheet, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. So to connect the spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect, from the given options, you have to click on this extensions button. After clicking on extensions, it says add-ons. We're going to click on it, and then you have to click on this get add-ons button. A new window is then going to appear, and on which on the search bar we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. We are going to select Pabbly Connect webhooks. We are going to open this Pabbly Connect webhooks. You can see that I've already installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, so I'm going to move forward. But if you have not installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, please do install it so that you can connect this spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect. You can connect Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect so that Google Sheets can send the data. Okay. So as I've already installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to extensions again, and now in the options you can see over here it says Pabbly Connect webhooks. We're going to click on it. From the given options, we are going to select initial setup right over here. A new dialog box is then going to appear, which is going to ask you for the webhook URL and for the trigger column. So for the webhook URL, what we are going to do is we are going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. So I'm going to paste the webhook URL. Okay. Next, it is asking for the trigger column. It says the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added. So in this spreadsheet, my trigger column is going to be column E, because in this column when the data is going to be added, automatically Pabbly Connect should receive the response. Okay. So for the trigger column over here, I'm going to write it as column E. After selecting the webhook URL and setting the trigger column, I'm going to click on the submit button. As I've done that, it says setup configured successfully, so I'm going to go back. So as I've successfully added the webhook, I'm going to go back to extensions again, and now I'm going to click on Pabbly Connect webhooks again, but now from the options we are going to click on this send on event button. As you can see over here, it is saying working. As the loading is completed, I'm going to go back to extensions and Pabbly Connect webhooks. You can see a tick mark is in front of send on event. It is very important to click on send on event, because whenever the new data is going to be entered in the spreadsheet, automatically this spreadsheet is going to send the data to Pabbly Connect. That is why it is very important to click on send on event. Okay. If I'm going to take you back to my workflow over here, it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now as we have added the webhook in the spreadsheet, we're going to check whether the spreadsheet is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect by entering the dummy details of the lead, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the lead details being entered in our spreadsheet or not. For that, I'm going to enter the details. For the first name of my lead, I'm going to write it as Smart. For the last name of my lead, I'm going to write it as Test56. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as testsmart56@pabblytools.com. For the phone number, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number, and for the country code, I'm going to write the country code, that is India for IN. So I'm going to write in all the details. As I've entered the details of my leads in this spreadsheet successfully, I'm going to open my workflow that I've created, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of this lead details being entered in this table right over here or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow. I'm going to scroll down, and yes, you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has successfully captured the response of the lead details. We're going to tally the response. For the first name being Smart, last name being Test56, email as smarttest56@pabblytools.com, for the country code as IN, and for the phone number, dummy mobile number with all the other details. So this means that Google Sheets is now successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and trigger setup is done. So now whenever the data is going to be added in our Google Sheets tables right over here, automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. Our trigger setup is done. Now let us set up our action step. And for the action application, we are going to select it as Plutio. So I'm going to select my action application as Plutio. And for the action event, I'm going to select it as create a person. As now I want to create a person of the lead that I've entered in my Google Sheets in my Plutio account. That is why for the action application, I've selected it as Plutio, and for the action event as create person. After that, I'm going to click on this connect button to connect Plutio to Pabbly Connect. A new window is going to appear, on which click on add new connection, but if you want, you can select the existing connection. After that, over here it is asking for the client ID, client secret, and the business identifier. For the business identifier first, I'm going to open my Plutio account. So this is my Plutio account, and in the URL, you can see right over here next to .plutio.com, this is the business identifier, that is Pabbly Connect test. So in the URL, you're going to find your business identifier. Okay, so I'm going to copy this from here, and I'm going to paste this business identifier right over here. Okay, it is asking for the client ID and the client secret. You can either follow the help steps given here below, or I'm going to tell you the steps over here. Okay, open a Plutio account. So this is my Plutio account right over here, and to have the access of the client ID and the secret, what we have to do is from the right side of the panel, you have to click on this settings button. After clicking on settings, from the options, you have to select this API manager right over here. After selecting the API manager, so these are the existing API keys right over here. So I'm going to open this new person right over here. In this, you can see this is the client ID and the client secret provided to us. So I'm going to copy this ID from here. I'm going to paste the ID right over here. Similarly, for the client secret, copy the secret from here and paste it right over here. After filling all the required details, I'm going to click on the save button. As you can see that Plutio is now successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. After connecting, it is asking for the first name, last name, email, phone number and all the other details of the person that we want to create in our Plutio account. So for the details of our person, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, it says Google Sheets new or updated spreadsheet row. As I'm going to click on it, these were the same details. This was the same response that was captured in our previous step. Okay. So as it is asking for the first name of the person that we want to create in our Plutio account. So from the lead, this is the lead's name right over here, first name right over here. So I'm going to select the data from my Plutio response right over here. As I've selected the data is mapped, and as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the data right away is going to be updated. Okay. It is asking for the last name. I'm going to map the data of the last name of my person. For the email, I'm going to map the data of the email of my person right over here. It is asking for the phone number. So I'm going to map the data of the phone number. It is asking for the company. I'm going to select the company over here as Pabbly Connect. Okay. It is asking for the company role. I'm going to skip the part as I don't require the fields. It is asking for all the other details. I'm going to skip the part. Lastly, it is asking for the country code. So I'm going to map the data of the country code right over here. The country code should be an example like for the US, that is United States, it should be US, and for the India it is IN. That's why I mapped the data of the country code. Okay. After filling in all the required details, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. As I've done that, we have received a response which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open a Plutio account and I'm going to check whether a new person has been created in my Plutio account or not. For that, I'm going to open a Plutio account. So this is the page of the contact, that is person in my Plutio account. So I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see a new person has been created in my Plutio account for the name of Smart Test 56. The role is client. For the company, it's Pabbly Connect. The email address is to smarttest56@pabblytunes.com, and for the phone number, dummy mobile number. So as you can see that a new person has been created in my Plutio account. So this means that we successfully created an automation between Google Sheets and Plutio with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the data of a new lead in this table right away in my Google Sheets, and I'm going to check whether a new person of that lead has been created in my Plutio account or not. So what we're going to do is I'm going to enter the data of the new person in the spreadsheet right over here. As you can see that I've added the data of a new person in the spreadsheet. For this first name being dummy, last name as smart55, email as dummysmart55@pabblytunes.com, for the phone number, dummy mobile number, and country code as IN. As I filled in the details of the lead in this table in my Google Sheets right away, I'm going to open my Plutio account. I'm going to refresh this contacts page of my Plutio account right over here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see right over here a new person has been added in my Plutio account for the name as dummysmart55, the email address as dummysmart55@pabblytunes.com, and for the phone number, dummy mobile number. So this means that we successfully created an automation between Google Sheets and Plutio with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a digital marketing agency and manage the data of my leads in my Google Sheets table that I've created. I wanted that as soon as I'm going to enter the data of the leads in my Google Sheets table that I've created, automatically with the help of the lead details, a person should be created of that lead in my Plutio account. And for that, we have created this amazing automation between Google Sheets and Plutio with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.